you, Chris. Maurizio, maybe you can shed some light about what life is like in the real world.
So first, as the real world, I'm going to talk, don't worry, I'm very angry as you, so it will be no more than 10 minutes my speech. So I'm going to concentrate that in the 5 points that I've just put down in only one. So, first things, thanks for the possibility that I got to make this speech. As you can listen from my nice accent as a proper Londonese resident, so I'm Italian. And because I'm here, there's a mix of what has been said today. I'm going to speak regarding vocation. And that is very strange. A priest, part of people spoke regarding Christ, and a private entrepreneur is going to speak regarding the vocation. Life is vocation. That is possible only in the United Kingdom of Northern Ireland, in the Great Britain and Northern Ireland. What I want to tell you is this. My life was quite a normal life. I was born in a family. My company is owned integrally by my family. It was set up in 1966 in Tuscany. And the reason because it was set up was for a clear mission. The founder of our company, that is Engineer Cappuccini, the father-in-law of my uncle, that is the president of the company, came back after 20 years from Argentina, and he came back in Italy. And he found that his town was totally as he left. Italy was destroyed by the Second World War. In the 1966, my town still with the ruin around, so he got quite a huge fortune with him, but he got 1 point. The people were leaving the country as he had done 20 years before. He couldn't accept that. So he set up the company with a clear mission, create a job to avoid the experience that he got, to leave the country and to go around. And that is the reason why Kratos was born. Then when he died in 1975 with an heart attack, my uncle was forced. He was an engineer, at that time he was only 25 years old, and he was forced to take the responsibility of the company. He realized that the company needs a profit. We are not talking the company doesn't need a profit. But in 40 years more, 50 years now of our history, our company was a not profitable company. It means that we have never shared one single dividend in 50 years. Everything has been reinvested in the company. So what is the common good? You grow, and with the company, not even the company and the people and the employees and the shareholders has grown with the company, but all the community around has grown with the company. All the stakeholders, that is a very modern word that I learned a few days ago from my MBA. So everyone has grown with the company. And now the company represents probably the major employer in the area. So when in the 1999 we have to grow to face this globalization, again, we bought another company in the south of Italy, another very depressed area, and we try to replicate our model. And our model is very easy. Is hard work, loyalty, and the company basically the person. That is coming from an old Italian tradition. You don't milk the company. You cannot milk the cow up to take the blood, because otherwise you kill the cow, you don't have any more milk. So you take everything and you invest everything. When in 2000 I joined the company, I wanted to be a lawyer, and they said I wanted to have a very nice one. And the reason because I selected the law school in Italy is because it's the only university without any English exam. Because I didn't want to speak your language, and I was very proud to speak a very complex Italian with a lot of Latin words. And also, as you can understand, still a lot of difficulties in foreign language and yours. But anyway, in the reality, at a certain point, I had to change my mind. I was, if you want to say, I was forced. I was forced by the evidence that I found a certain point in my father, my uncle, everybody said, do you want to really leave us? now that you have spent your freedom, do you want to really leave us? And they asked me to come here in UK. And they offered me, I was 24 years old. I got my degree in law, so I was quite proud of myself. And of course, I got a fiancé, and because I'm an old-fashioned Catholic, there was a lot of necessary to get married straight away. So basically, when they offered me, look, you go to UK, you will, so you get a job, you go to UK, I can learn English, so I can get married. So I immediately say yes, because what they offered me is to manage UK. I arrived in UK, arrived in my office, then I spent 2 years in the factory to work as a general worker and to rewind the cable. So I should have to wait about 3 years before I was able to afford to get married, finally. So I got all the career inside of the company. Even though if I was one of the members that had the main shareholder of the company, they didn't put me straight in the power. And then, when they asked me to develop a new market, they gave me a great market, the foreign market, that didn't exist. In 2003, there was no export outside Italy or Finland. There was nothing. Now, 80% of our export is outside Italy. With the UK, 60% is outside Europe. And we have offices in China, in the Middle East, in Australia, in South America. So basically what I try to tell you is that I got a very strong example in my family regarding how to run a company, and what is most important is that our corporate responsibility is our own people, is our own town, is our own local responsibility. But what was very strange is that my family was unable to transfer to me why. Why do I have to pay tax? Why do I have to be responsible? Why don't just sell everything, take 150 million sterling in my pockets, and with my 4 daughters leave this country or leave a very this nice area? Why do I have to pay the salary of 500 people around the world? Why do at a certain point, my uncle said China, because we export in China. We produce in Europe, England and Italy, and we export in China. At a certain point, my uncle told me, it's the time that we open an office in China. I said, what? It's our main export market. It's the time that we start to invest locally. So why we have to do that? And why have to do this massive investment here in UK? They were unable to explain why. They do it, they lead by example, but they were unable to explain why. It was like that the plant was cut the roots. And during this crisis in particular, there was more evidence of this. They gave me a great suggestion, support, and I came back to my family and said to my grandfather, wow, here it looks like that everybody does matters. In England, I cannot speak with a bank. They don't understand manufacturing. They don't understand financial. They don't understand that I have products that I need the time and I need the money to be financial. That is the simple reason like that. So, okay, I got an order here, and I need the money to buy the raw material to be able to sell these products. And of course, they give you as a certain amount. So the point was, what I do is that, what is the problem? In the 1947, our town was destroyed. We went in Argentina. At a certain point in Argentina, there was, let's say, an environmental look very friendly, so we left everything again. We came back in Italy, we built a cable manufacturer again. So we always restart. What is the problem? Our history is full of a new beginning. What is the problem? Is it just a crisis like the other? Okay, it's more deeply cultural, but it's here. What do you see from outside? Well, China is growing, and Brazil is growing, business is as usual. But in Europe, I see that there is a crisis that is more a crisis, not a financial crisis, it's a crisis of a person. It's a crisis that people doesn't trust in anything more. Okay. But again, they were unable to say why. And what I found it that was really astonishing me, it was that, again, another priest, then one of the most important encounters that I did in my life 20 years ago, and that is the reason because I was pleased today to speak regarding this point, came to give this answer. And that is the thing that I want to say. Why we work? What is work? For us, work is often acknowledgement that it consists of everything in Him, Christ. To the measure to which we belong to Him, we can collaborate with Him in giving a more human face to the world, which we transform to our work. It is work done in the memory of Christ, something understood well by anyone in love. In fact, Guardini says, in the experience of a great love, everything that happened became an event in his story. That is what I've learned, thanks to a special encounter that I got with a friend that was a member of Community Liberation. That is what my family they are unable to explain, but they are living because they don't anymore, if you want, Catholic preference. And that is what I found that was an evidence in my life, in particular in the business life. Beyond any business, whatever you are doing, whatever you try to do, whatever you try to effort, there is always a mystery. And in the business it's very easy. You do everything, you go to Frankfurt, to all around the world, make sure that everything is fixed, but then in the end you leave this in the hands of somebody else. And this mystery, 20 years ago for me, became again Christ. So, in this crisis, just to conclude and finish, that is what made me very interested. What made very astonished me was that I got the possibility to really to think about and to think again regarding what work means, who is the main worker, is the Creator Himself, so it's God. And we participate to this, when you work, when you create something, when you build something, you participate to the creation of the main Creator. Thanks a lot.